Hello,
How you doing?
my name is Ashley.
My name is John.
Hey, little John. Nice to meet you today. Okay, before we get started, I just wanted to go over a few things today. I just wanted to go over some rules today. Basically, I just wanted to keep everything open. Feel free to say whatever is on your mind. I will also do the same. I will just look down at my pad. Please don't feel, like I'm writing anything down about you. I'm just going through notes to make sure I cover every
no
content.
problem.
Okay, and I don't have any rules. Do you have any rules for me for this?
No, not at all.
All right. And my next thing will be go through informed consent. Basically, everything that happens in this session stays within this session. There are 3 things that will prohibit me from keeping what you say between us confidential. As if you tell me that you plan to kill someone or kill someone else, or you tell me any form of child abuse as well as elder abuse. We can't forget that. And basically, are you okay with meeting with me today? And okay, great. So that's just for a verbal informed consent. We don't have a actual formal document, so you verbally gave me consent to get treatment today. Okay, so our next thing will be just to explain what CBT is. Okay, so CBT is a basic form of psychotherapy used to treat different forms of depression, different kinds of disorders, emotional disorders, things like that, anxiety, mental health disorders. CBT involves recognizing distorted thoughts and thinking of ways to kind of change those thoughts and replace those thoughts with more positive, realistic, and adaptive. And that's what we'll be doing today.
Okay.
So I don't really want to go into much of a spiel about the whole positive, adaptive, and realistic. You'll see it as we go through the content.
Okay.
I was trying to find my worksheet for this, but I cannot find one, so we'll just freehand on what we're doing today. So the basic goal would be to find a negative thought that you kind of have in your head, and you use a situation that kind of perpetuates that thought. And what we'll do is kind of change that around. So is there any negative thought that you have protruding in your head right now?
Yeah, I had a negative thought today.
Okay, talk to me about it.
Because I was kind of mad. My negative thought, it wasn't an action. It was just a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could punch him in his face right now. Like,
Okay.
I wanted to fight.
You wanted to fight?
But it was just a thought because I was mad.
Okay.
I wasn't going to really fight on realistic.
So what did you want to fight about? What kind of got you upset?
No, it was one of my brothers.
Mm-hmm.
A guy had a TV for me. He said he was gonna sell me a TV for $50.
Mm-hmm.
My brother knew about it. We was right there all together when he said he was gonna sell me a TV for $50, 55-inch flat screen TV. And I'm like, okay, bring it around to me tomorrow. He said he's gonna bring it tomorrow or whatever. So okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
So when he came the next day, I wasn't there, but my brother was out there, and my brother seen him when he was looking for me with the TV.
Mm-hmm.
He told my brother to call me. My brother didn't call me. He acted like he called me and bought the TV for himself.
Wow. Okay.
So I was angry over it.
I'm quite sure you were. I would be too.
That's where the negative thought.
So your negative thought. So I'll kind of help you to guide it, just to highlight it a little bit. So your negative thought will kind of be, you can't trust people or people.
Yeah, my negative thought. Like, I was really mad about it. It made me mad when I fight because I had my negative thought came from, like, I really feel like I was mad. Like, you knew I wanted to buy it. It's like basically like you said,
so
I
you
can't
felt
trust you. I feel like you went behind my back and did it, like backbite. Like, I can't trust you now. Like, it's just like stuff you shouldn't do. Like,
so your negative thought was you can't trust him now. Like he wasn't a true friend or a true brother.
Not saying that he wasn't a true brother.
Well,
It's just like some stuff you don't do. Like, that's stuff you don't do. That's like,
so you kind of felt betrayed in a sense. You felt betrayed. You felt you couldn't trust him. Okay.
He's betrayed because he came looking for me. You act like you called me and bought the TV because it was a good deal.
Gotcha.
And he was coming around with the TV for me.
Gotcha.
So.
Yeah. And feel free to correct me if I kind of lead or say things that you really didn't intend. That's the point for you to say what's on your mind. So thank you for correcting me because I do want to get it right, what you're trying to say. Okay, so using that thought, is there any other thoughts or situations that kind of get you to kind of go against what you felt about your brother at that moment, how you felt untrusted and felt betrayed? Any other situations where he didn't make you feel that way?
I looked at it like this. When it happened, I was mad about it.
But let's slow down real quick. I'm saying, is there any situation or any other things that kind of happened that goes against what you saw in him today? With any other situation where you felt like you could trust him? Any other situation that happened where you felt like he would have your back? Tell me about it.
It's a lot of times where he did stuff and had my back and supported me with stuff, or help me out with
Can you
stuff.
give me a few examples? I'm sorry to cut you off. Just want to be a little specific.
But that happened. I was surprised that happened because it was another situation where somebody that had something that for sale for me that was selling me something for a good price. It came around with it, which I wasn't there, and it was a good price. And my brother called me like, yeah, he's around here. And he got it. Do you still want to buy it?
So there were other times where he didn't do exactly what he did today. So
that's just a situation where that happened another time with a different
product. I'm just trying to.
It wasn't a TV. It was something else. It was like a surround sound.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to get you to say other situations
where I
that
trusted them.
So the first one was there was another time where he didn't do what he did today. So there was another situation where he did call you and then kind of back you out. Can you give me like maybe 2 more situations that kind of get you to say maybe
basically with everything he always had my back. I trust him with anything.
Like give me an example. Like maybe I don't know your life personally. So is there a specific situation where you felt trusted with your brother?
Yeah, there's been times he let me hold money if I needed it.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Vice versa. There's been times I can call him for advice.
Call him for advice.
Just to talk to. I might be mad or going through it about something that's need to talk to somebody. Talk to him. He always there for me. Like a lot of stuff to go against that.
It's a lot of things that go against
that's
it.
That's why I say he's there for me with pretty much anything. I was surprised he did that.
Yeah, just for this exercise, I just wanted to. So the goal of it is to think of your negative thought. We kind of highlight that here, that we have to do situations or highlight situations or other events that kind of goes against what you thought, because you thought in that situation, I can't trust him. He betrayed me. But
I know for sure
there's other situations where
I can trust him because he definitely is someone you can trust. Like there's a lot of situations where he came through for me, money, advice, and anything. I might need a ride to get here. He'll stop whatever he's doing to get me there. Or a lot of stuff.
Great. So now what we're going to do is kind of change that negative thought that you had in that situation. So if that does happen again, or if you're in another situation where you felt that feeling in that moment, you can change that thought into a more positive, realistic, and adaptive way. And that's kind of what you did here within this situation, where just thinking of other things that kind of went against that thought. So the first goal will be to think of a positive way of looking at that situation. So what's a positive way of looking at what happened today?
Looking at it, what happened today? All right, for him to do that, maybe he really needed the TV.
Maybe he really needed it. Okay.
Maybe he really needed it more than I did. Like for him to do that, maybe he really needed it.
Yeah. That's a great way of thinking about it. What's a more realistic way? And you kind of highlighted it too. Like there's plenty of situations where I felt like I could trust him, and I know my brother wouldn't really betray me. You know what I mean? So we'll do that as a more realistic one, even though you felt those feelings in that moment. In all actuality, if you put it in retrospect, as in layman's terms, I shouldn't really feel that way now, because there are other situations where you did feel like you can trust him and he wouldn't betray you. So that would be a more realistic way of thinking about it. There's other situations where he did. And then a more adaptive way. So what's an adaptive way of thinking about it? Because there are going to be other situations where maybe he's not your brother and you may feel outed or kind of like cast aside or feel like you can't trust somebody. What's a different way of looking at it? And I kind of hear you say sometimes where you kind of like, play him as a
different way. Going about it to me, like for someone else, you just know what type of person that is. You just know what type of things you can do with that person, what kind of friend he is. You just know what type of person he is, so you know how far you can go with him, what type of person, what you can talk to him about, the stuff you can tell him about. You can tell him about, you can't tell him about deals you got on stuff like that, because he'll buy it. You just know what type of person.
So play him by hand, like you play them as they are. Right. Regardless of what situation it is, what title the person is.
Don't feel offended by it. You just know what type of person he is.
Exactly. So don't that's a great way of looking at it. Don't personalize it. You know what I mean? Don't kind of catastrophize things or kind of make things or magnify things, shall I say? But kind of like play it as it is. Play it by ear. You know what I mean?
Just look at it like, man, I was wrong. I thought he was this type of person. He's that type of person. Now you know how he is.
So you kind of learned something about it. Like, don't get mad. Just you kind of learned what kind of personality this person has.
Let's
Great.
go from there. That don't mean you have to stop being his friend. That is a great way of thinking about it. You don't have to stop being his friend enough, and you just know what type of friend he is.
Exactly. That's great. You kind of helped me out a little bit, because I'm the one that kind of cuts off real quick and gets upset about things and kind of magnify things. But looking at it in a smaller content is where, you just learned something new about that person, and now you know how to deal with that person.
Pretty much.
Great. that was wonderful. So you actually completed the exercise of changing your negative thought of saying that you can't trust people or you can't trust him and he betrayed you to a more positive, which was maybe he really needed the money. Don't personalize it. 2 was a realistic one was there's other situations where you felt like you could trust him, and there's plenty of situations where you felt like he won't betray you. And the third one was a more adaptive thought was play it by hand. You learn something new about people. Don't get upset and don't cut them off and don't magnify things. Play it by ear, you know? So that was great. Thank you so much.
And thank you.
Okay. Do you have any questions about this exercise or any?
No, everything was wonderful to me.
Okay. Could you see yourself like using this in the future if you ever was to have a negative thought and?
Yeah.
Okay. So play back the 3 that we just did. Was it? It's positive.
Positive, negative.
Positive, realistic, and adaptive. And I can give you a printout if you want to, see it just for a personal reference. If you ever feel like, you want to use this as a guide to kind of help you with any personal situations.
My favorite one on there is the bottom one.
More adaptive. Yeah. Because it kind of helps you overall, not just within this one situation in an overall total pool. Great. Well, I'm glad you got a lot from this. I'm glad that this was useful for you. You said you can see yourself using this. And did you have any questions? I think you said no.
No, I have no questions.
Great. Thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
All right.
All right.